Self-awareness and self-love matter. Who we are is how we lead. What's the greater risk? Letting go of what people think, or letting go of how I feel, what I believe, and who I am. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. There is no innovation and creativity without failure. Period. Don't try to win over the haters. You are not a jackass whisperer. Nothing has transformed my life more than realizing that it's a waste of time to evaluate my worthiness by weighing the reaction of the people in the stands. What we know matters, but who we are matters more. You either walk inside your story and own it, or you stand outside your story and hustle for your worthiness. Dig deep, get deliberate, inspired, and going. I don't have to chase extraordinary moments to find happiness. It's right in front of me if I'm paying attention and practicing gratitude. When I see people stand fully in their truth, or when I see someone fall down, get back up, and say, "Damn, that really hurt, but this is important to me and I'm going in again." My gut reaction is, "What a badass." It's not about what can I accomplish, but what do I want to accomplish? Paradigm shift. Somehow we've come to equate success with not needing anyone. Many of us are willing to extend a helping hand, but we're very reluctant to reach out for help when we need it ourselves. It's as if we've divided the world into those who offer help and those who need help. The truth is that we are both. We don't have to do all of it alone. We were never meant to. The dark does not destroy the light, it defines it. It's our fear of the dark that casts our joy into the shadows. Connection is why we're here. It is what gives purpose and meaning to our lives. Be you. Be all in. Fall, rise, and try again. Empathy has no script. There is no right way or wrong way to do it. It's simply listening, holding space, withholding judgment, emotionally connecting, and communicating that incredibly healing message of "you're not alone." If you can't ask for help without self-judgment, you cannot offer help without judging others. Our job is not to deny the story, but to defy the ending, to rise strong, recognize our story, and rumble with the truth until we get to a place where we think, yes, this is what happened, and I will choose how the story ends. Joy comes to us in ordinary moments. We risk missing out when we get too busy chasing down the extraordinary. We're a nation hungry for more joy, because we're starving from a lack of gratitude. Love is beautiful when it's professed, but it's only meaningful when it's practiced. What separates privilege from entitlement is gratitude. Judging has become such a part of our thinking patterns that we are rarely even aware of why and how we do it. It takes a great deal of conscious thinking or mindfulness to even bring the habit of judging into our awareness. We are born makers. We move what we're learning from our heads to our hearts through our hands. Integrity is choosing courage over comfort. It's choosing what is right over what is fun, fast, or easy, and choosing to practice our values rather than simply professing them. Regret is a tough but fair teacher. To live without regret is to believe you have nothing to learn, no amends to make, no opportunity to be braver with your life. Never underestimate the power of being seen. I carry a small sheet of paper in my wallet that has written on it the names of people whose opinions of me matter. To be on that list, you have to love me for my strengths and struggles. Social media has given us this idea that we should all have a posse of friends when in reality, if we have one or two really good friends, we are lucky. Until we can receive with an open heart, we are never really giving with an open heart. Compassion is not a virtue, it is a commitment. It's not something we have or don't have, it's something we choose to practice. The only unique contribution that we will ever make in this world will be born of our creativity. Stay in your own lane. Comparison kills creativity and joy. The universe is not short on wake-up calls. We're just quick to hit the snooze button. Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Vulnerability is not knowing victory or defeat. It's understanding the necessity of both. It's engaging. It's being all in. Staying vulnerable is a risk we have to take if we want to experience connection. Vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. Vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. Truth and courage aren't always comfortable, but they're never weakness. To love someone fiercely, to believe in something with your whole heart, to celebrate a fleeting moment in time, to fully engage in a life that doesn't come with guarantees. These are risks that involve vulnerability and often pain. But I'm learning that recognizing and leaning into the discomfort of vulnerability teaches us how to live with joy, gratitude, and grace. Vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity. It is the source of hope, empathy, accountability, and authenticity. If we want greater clarity in our purpose or deeper and more meaningful spiritual lives, vulnerability is the path. When I look at narcissism through the vulnerability lens, I see the shame-based fear of being ordinary. I see the fear of never feeling extraordinary enough to be noticed, to be lovable, to belong, or to cultivate a sense of purpose. To create is to make something that has never existed before. There's nothing more vulnerable than that. I want to be in the arena. I want to be brave with my life. And when we make the choice to dare greatly, we sign up to get our asses kicked. We can choose courage or we can choose comfort, but we can't have both. Not at the same time. Sometimes the bravest and most important thing you can do is just show up. Faith is a place of mystery, where we find the courage to believe in what we cannot see and the strength to let go of our fear of uncertainty. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves even when we risk disappointing others. Courage gives us a voice and compassion gives us an ear. Without both, there is no opportunity for empathy and connection. Courage is a hard word. The root of the word courage is cor, the Latin word for heart. In one of its earliest forms, the word courage meant to speak one's mind by telling all one's heart. Over time, this definition has changed, and today, we typically associate courage with heroic and brave deeds. But in my opinion, this definition fails to recognize the inner strength and level of commitment required for us to actually speak honestly and openly about who we are and about our experiences, good and bad. Speaking from our hearts is what I think of as ordinary courage. Courage is a hard word. Be brave. Love hard.